Hello students, the fourth module next chapter classes and functions, classes and methods. In the last video just we have discussed classes and objects. So classes and functions. So classes and functions is nothing the same as the object oriented programming languages. So this class functions is divided into two types. The first one is pure function and modifiers. So what does it mean by pure function? The pure function is nothing but suppose if you're passing any argument. So after passing the argument, the program will be works with help of that argument. But so without modifying any your original document, sorry, not document, arguments. If you have modify your argument, the pure function will be not works. Here the main thing is whatever if you're passing the object or arguments, that argument only it will be works. So we cannot be modify anything here. That is called as a pure function. And one more modifier is there. In that modifier, you can modify the original document. Whatever if you're passing the argument, you can modify that all the argument in initial state only. That is called as modifiers. And one more technique is using some prototype and patches. So is the prototype is nothing but so it is demonstrated development of the program, so which way to track the some complex program. So complex program is converted in the form of the simple prototype, nothing but like basic calculation, and after the basic calculation you will get the accurate result or tested it means with help of the all the testing methods, nothing but the white box and black box testing. This all comes under the prototype and patches. So after using the prototype and patches, automatically it will be incrementing the compilations. And next one is the pure function. So here in this pure function, so just you can see this example. So first I'm creating as an object. Sorry, first I'm creating as a class. So class is a time. So later I'm using the object of the classes. Here the object of classes is nothing but the hours, minutes, and seconds. Then write the function to print the time. So just you can after first you can use the class, then you can function print the functions. So in the form of the h, m, and ss in this format, just you can print the functions. So just you can use the t dot hours, minutes, as well as the seconds. And next the other function you can use the add time. So I'm using the add two times. So I'm using t1 and t2 time. The first I'm using only the t1 only, but in the next adding function I'm using the two time functions. So after get adding the two time function, it will be get the accurate result. And after getting the accurate result, it will be checks the number of the needs, that means minute number of the seconds will be exceeds 60. Sorry, number of the minutes will be exceeds 60, and number of minutes will be exceeds, this is the second one, this one is a minute, exceeds 60, and minutes will be exceeds 60, and take the sum of them. So nothing but here first you can use the add the two objects. After adding the object, you can take the sum of the time. After just you can sum of the hour, minutes, as well as seconds with help of the t1 and t2 times. And here first I'm using sum dot seconds. So it should exceeds the exceeding 60 or lesser than 60, automatically the second will be decremented. After the decrement, automatically the minute counter will be incremented, same as. So the minute counter will be decremented, exceed 60 or lesser than 60, automatically decremented the minute counter, automatically the hours will be incremented. So after returning this sum, and next take the t1 and t2 two functions. So t1 equal to time, t2 equal to time. So just you can take the hour, minute as well as seconds, then later you can print them. Same hour, minute, seconds and print them. Then you can one call the one more object t3. So t3 equal to add item. Add t1 comma t2, this one. Now after adding the t1 and t2 objects, you can print the t3. So we will get the proper result. So the first one is the 10, 34, 35. It should be in the form of HH, MM and SS form. So 10, 34, 25, 2, 12, 41. After adding, you will get the 12, 47 and 6. And next one is the modifiers. So modifiers already explained. Modifiers, you can change the original argument or you can modify the original argument. If it is necessary to modify the argument, you can modify. After modifying that argument, that reflected to the caller, so the arguments modified inside the functions. So this modification will be available to the caller. After modification, the function will perform some modification inside the argument. So that will be known as the modifiers functions. So in this example, here initially I'm adding the first initially I'm add the arguments in the seconds. So seconds to t dot seconds. I'm adding a to add argument seconds to t dot seconds. I'm adding the argument, this one adding argument. So here this you can see this one, while t dot seconds lesser than 60, lesser than 60. Okay, t dot seconds or exceeding 60, so automatically the minute counter will be incremented. Suppose the minute is less than 60. Okay, the minute here, the minute counter will be decremented. After decremented, so automatically the hours counter will be incremented. So here the modification is done, where I'm modifying in t itself only. Only I'm using the t comma seconds. So instead of just I'm using second to t dot second. So here the modification is done. This is called as a modifiers. And next one is the prototyping versus planning. So prototyping versus planning is nothing but here, for example, we do not know the complete problem statement. So I'm writing a program initially. Okay, initially I'm writing the program and I keep the modifying it because I don't know about the problem definition, then how to change the requirements. So only I'm writing the little bit of the code and modifying little bit of the code and modifying. This methodology is called prototype and patch. Okay, first design the prototype based on the information available. Okay, first you can clearly understand the problem statement or definition. After study thorough about the problem definition, sorry, statement, what all our functions we are using. After you can take the available information. After taking the available information, you can perform the patchwork. Means you can, with help of the copy paste, you can do it easily. Almost the nowadays all the code is available in internet. Then how to uh, patch that code, we don't know. So first you can thoroughly study about the basic information, available information. After getting available information, just you can perform the patchwork. And after the patchwork, your extra information will be gathered. So this is automatically increment the development. So development of your program or unnecessary, if you're writing a program or deleting the program, this is automatically the time will be consumed. and in some special cases this is unreliable. So writing the code and automatically scratching that code and writing one more code like that. So in the alternatively in the design development, so in the high level program like if you're using the high level to these problems, so the programming is much easier. So just you can, for example, in the C, the little bit too tough the study. So the next C plus plus Java, this is easy. Like the how you are taking the higher versions, the higher language, so automatically you will get the easier to study the. For example, here only the problem of adding two objects. So adding the two objects means nothing but the second to time object I'm using here. So it will be involving the base on 60. Means every 60 minutes or every minutes of 60 seconds. So automatically it will be incremented or decremented. Automatically after the seconds the minute will be incremented. After the minute the hours will be incremented. So like that. So after taking the higher version, so easy to design the codes and also improve your coding. So this all comes under the prototyping and versus planning. First you can plan the program, means nothing but you can go through the full knowledge about the programming, and you can study the exact definition of whatever he has given the problem definition. You can clearly understand. After understanding only you can write the program. This is nothing but the prototyping and versus planning. Next one is the classes and methods. Classes and methods here. Here classes and methods is nothing but this is a special kind of the functions class is defined. And the first here using the object oriented features, here using some features. So this object oriented same the program, it including classes and method definition. After using the classes and method definition, and later it will take the some operation of an objects, and here the object will be represented the real words, and the method will be corresponding to the same the real world it will be interacted with. Here the method means this is nothing but the relationship between the object of the classes and functions. We must define the functions as a member of class. Here, what do you mean by member of class? Member of class is nothing but class that declared as number of static that contains the class that declare the number of static members that contain the class, that is called as member of the class. Okay, so this function will be associated with some particular object class, that is called as a method. So this method is systematically having same functions. The two synthetic differences, what are the differences? The first difference is the methods defines the class definition in the order to make the relationship between the class and method explicit. Then next, after the system syntax will be invoking the methods different from syntax calling function. First, the syntax will be invoking the methods different from the syntax will be calling the function. These all are two will be the synthetic differences in the methods. And next here is using the method initialization initialization method. So this initialization method, so before and after initialization we are using some underline underscores. Okay, So so initialization is similar to the constructor. So these constructors are used to initialize the object states. Nothing but the task of the constructors are initialized to data member objects of the class is created. So this constructor contains the collection of the statements. Collection of the statements are nothing but the collection of the instructions that executed time of object will be created. So this is similar to the whatever if you're using the programming languages C++ and Java. The same type of the constructor method I am using here, initialization. Okay. Next, you can go through this program with help of the initialization method. Okay, first you can keep in your mind. Suppose if you're using the initialization method in Python, okay, the class must be have the first argument self. Okay, why I'm using the self here? Self is nothing but this argument references to the current object. Reference to the current object means it will be nothing but the it will be invoking the methods. So same as in C++ if you're using the pointers, like that in the Python we are using the self. So it is invoking the some methods, and after invoking the objects, this method is also known as a subject. Okay, first you can import the all the math functions. After the importing the math function, just you can after create a class, nothing but a class as a point. And next method is initialize the inside the class, or initialization method of class means it will be invoked automatically when the object can be created. So first you can take the here the class points. So first you can initialization. First I'm using the self, nothing but it is references to some objects. Okay, it is reference to some objects. I'm passing the two argument a and b. So the self dot x equal to a, self dot y equal to b. So automatically it will be references to the that object means it will be nothing but it invoking method. And next, so here I'm using the Euclid distance formula. So nothing but the square root of x minus x square plus y minus y square. So just you can calculate the distance. So distance self comma p2. Later I will explain how I am using p2. Okay. So after using the Euclid distance formula, so math dot square root self dot x minus p2 x square plus like p2 dot y square. After I'm using the one string, this is nothing but the special method of using the string. This is represented the like user defined objects, nothing but the print. It is used to printing the basic. Here I'm using the print. So this is printing the basic type of the Python, nothing but the user defined type means the classes and objects of their representation of the point underscore point means automatically we use this some polymorphic way of string. Nothing polymorphic way of string means nothing but it will be using the string underscore like that. So after using, just it will be right to print. After printing, it will be invoke automatically with help of the so define string self means automatically be referencing references to the x as well as the y. Okay, the next one here, first I'm initializing the method. Okay, in this initialization it will be invokes automatically. So just you can use this one, p1 equal to point 10 comma 20. Here I'm using the initialization method, so this method will be automatically called automatically. So internal meaning, so nothing but how exactly it will be called. So internally, so p1 dot, okay, underscore initialization underscore, like that. This is the inside the calling method, so automatically it will be called here the p1. So p1 is the object, it will be nothing but the invoking method here, that is references to the object will be created. The object will be created. After creating the object, it is passes to initialization as a self. Okay, here it will be automatically, it will be using after initialization it will be using the self, means the values of 10 and 20. Here the values of 10 and 20 will be passes to the parameters a and b. So instead of a and b, the values will be passes 10 and 20. Okay, after passing the values, okay, the initialization method having some statements. So like that, the self dot x equal to a, self dot y equal to b, nothing but a equal to 10, b equal to 10. After automatically it will be invoking, and after the passing the values 10 and 20, so it will be stored in the form self dot x equal to 10, self dot y equal to 10. Here indicate x, and here I'm using the x and y are the some attributes. So x for object p1 is 10, the y the object p1 is 20, like that it will be works. So when we create the another object, so when we create the another object p2, so point 4 and 5 the same. So once again it will be one set the x and y. After setting the same memory location instances of the attributes, ha- uh, attributes are the different for the every objects. The first object will be taking the attributes are 10 and 20, and next object will be taking the 4 and 5. And next one is the after using the p1 and p2 objects. Okay, just you can print the p1 and p2 objects. And next I'm using the this one, so d equal to p1 dot distance. So this is the ordinary method, okay, to call ordinary method of the class point. So p1 dot distance of p2. Okay, here the references of object p1. So p1 is the here the references, the object passes self to distinct distance. So p2 is passes the second argument here after the distance method. In this distance method, the objects are calculating the distance between the 2 points, nothing but the p1 and p2. There is a 2 point distance between. With the help of the Euclid distance formula, the square root of x minus x1 square plus y minus y1 square. Okay, with help of the Euclid methods distance formula, it will be using the 2 point objects. And this method cannot be use any names of p1. So instead of it will be taking any names p1 and p2, it will be using some self, means it will be like using the references, nothing but the alias of p1, like that it will be works. Then later once again it will be using the print p1 is p1. So here nothing but I am using the next method is using here the string. So this is a special method I am using here. The string representation user defined object. Okay, in the more here in the user defined function, it will be using the class objects their own meaning to representation of that string. So the more polymorphic way the string, so it will be represented, already explained, the string underscore like that. So after using a polymorphic way, it will be right to just print, just printing purpose we are using. After the print, the main part of the program will be, so automatically it will be invokes. So after the invoking, it will be get the with help of the print. P1 is P1. P1 is P1 means the ordinary print method, the portion of P1 is nothing but, it will be take the remaining portion, take care by the string method. So the string method will be returns that string, nothing but whatever remaining portion will be there in the P1. So automatically it will be fetch the all the remaining methods. So after getting the P1 and P2, so you will get the distances. So this one is the output. And operator overloading. So operator overloading is nothing but the assignment of more than one functions, the particular operations is called operator overloading. What is mean by function overloading? The function overloading is nothing but assign the more than one behavior of the two particular function. The operation will be performed the various type of the objects as an argument. This is called as the function argument. Enough operator overloading nothing but assignment of the more than one function in the particular operations is called as a operator overloading. So this operator overloading works on user defined data type, nothing but the class. Okay, it will be using some objects oriented programming, like it will basic operator plus minus star. This can be overloaded. The overload operator can be needs like some of the user defined classes. So after using the some set of the methods we have to use to overloading a requirement of the operators. So it will be consisting based on that operations. So just you can go through this table. Here I'm using a set of the operators, special functions in Python, operator and special function in so plus. So how to use in Python: minus, subtraction, multiplication, division, module, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, equality operation, not equal to, in, length and string. And next one is the program related to the operator overloading. So this one is the same. First I am initializing the, first I am creating the class as a point. So initializing the a and b's, self means it is references, automatically it will be invoking the functions. So a and b initialize set to the 0. So self dot x equal to a, self dot, this is same. And I'm using the add function. So add operator, self comma p2. So p3 equal to point. So p3 dot x equal to self dot x plus p2 means it will be automatically references to the p1. So p3 dot x equal to means the p1 dot x plus p2 dot x, p3 dot y equal to p1 dot y plus p2 dot y. So automatically it will be returns 3 p3. So all the x and y values are stored in the form of the p3. So with the help of the string, okay, this is special. It will be using the user defined function, nothing but the classes objects. So automatically it will be invoking the function. It is used to print with help of the add functions. So here, so p4 equal to, so I'm using here P4 equal to P1 plus P2. P4 equal to P1 plus P2 means, so it will be invoking the special method. So add, okay, inside the classes. So inside the classes, how exactly it works. So P4 equal to, inside the class, P4 equal to P1 dot, okay, the add, P1 dot add into bracket of P4 means, here the P1 is the object invoking method. So this self inside the, I'm using the add, means automatically references to the P1 functions. So the P4 passes the augment as a explicitly. So here in the definition of add function, so in the definition of add function, so we are creating an P3 statement. So P3 equal to this one. So P3 equal to point. So P3 is in, I'm not initialized anywhere. So whenever we need to create a object without initialization in the same program, so just you can set the augment as a initialization. After setting the initialization, so automatically it will take the default values. Okay. So in this program, I'm using the two arguments a and b as the arguments. Okay, two arguments of the initialization. So after the taking the arguments, so you can set the argument default value set as a 0. Then later, with help of the x and y attributes, attributes, the p3 will be now 0 because the p1 p2 values are 0. So because the x and y attributes default value I am already set at 0. So x and y values are also 0. So automatically the p3 value is also just 0. So with help of the add method, so respect to like attributes help, the p2 will be storing. So what the p2 will be storing, p3 dot x and p3 dot y, it will be storing p3 dot x and p3 dot y, and p3, the object p3 returns. How exactly will be returns, so after storing the p3.x and p3.y, the object p3 will be returns. So after returning the object, it will be receives the p4. Okay, p4, then it will prints nothing but this is containing the operator overloading. The operator behaves like normal basic type, and like that. So for example, just you can take, so m equal to 3 plus 4. So print into bracket of m. So 3 4 4 is 7 with help of the addition. So the user defined types are operands, then overload method will be invokes here. So just you can same as, so after using the, so p4, so automatically the p1 p2 values will be stored. So after the p4, you will get the sum of the values of p4. Then the overload operating will be works with help of the user defined type, means automatically it will be invokes, the p4 will be invokes. And next one is the debugging. So normally the classes and functions, so in the debugging we are using the same, nothing but the assert. We are using the assert method. This is used for the debugging. This is assert is a keyword. So it is evaluated in the python statements. So if the statement is true, the the further statement will be evaluated further statement will be evaluated sequentially, but the statement will be false, so automatically will display the assertion errors, means exception will be raises. After exception will be raises, automatically this assert statement, like clearly like distinguish the normal conditional statement. Apart from the logic, it will be checks the some error messages. So same as here also in the debugging. In the debugging, we are using in the classes and methods. So has attribute. So like that we are using. So HA has ATTR. This is a debugging method. So once again, it will checks the all the particular objects in the attributes. So there's a one way to doing using the method nothing but the vars. So vars means this method map the attributes name and the values of the attributes name and values of the dictionaries. So how to the point class define easy statement with help of this function. So p equal to point 3 comma 4 vars. So vars means automatically the names from their values in the dictionary. So we'll get the output y slice 4 x slice 3. So automatically it will be display the attribute name as well as the values of the dictionary. And next, in the other hand, in the debugging function we are using the define print attributes object. For attribute in vars object, print print attribute get attribute object here. Here the print attributes mean it will be traverse the dictionary to print of each attribute's name corresponding to the values, and the get attributes is one of the built-in function. It will be takes the objects, the attributes object is the attributes name, nothing but a string. So it will be returns the values. This one, it will be returns the some values. So this is nothing but the debugging methods in the classes and methods. And next is the general OOPS concept he has given. What is OOPS? So how exactly we are using the bottom or up and top up approaches. And so next, in what is the inheritance? What is the operator overloading? So front function, these all using the normal general concepts of the OOPS. Just you can go through the all the general concepts of OOPS.